Welcome back, chess fans, to the Pawnstorm channel. In this video, we're going to be doing a little bit of a different focus on this video. We're going to be focusing on a specific player in the chess world who's been around for many years, and that player is this man right here. If you do not know who this is Garry Kasparov, very strong Russian player, multiple-time world champion. I believe he was world champion for 15 years, from 1985 to 2000. Anyway, if you don't know, believed by many to be the greatest player, I believe the greatest player to ever play the game. And if you don't believe me, you can check out this little clip that Magnus, who at the time of making this video was the world champion, but this is what he said about it. So I'm going to just skip forward here, and you can just check it out. So there's a little intro, and then you can just hear what he has to say.
Garry Kasparov, in my opinion, the greatest player there's ever been. Genius.
So, even Magnus says that he's the best player, so clearly that's saying something. And again, Magnus is believed by many to be the best player, so I don't really know for sure, but again, Garry was such a genius, and yeah, the whole point of this game is to just go over a couple of the games. I just have a couple of games to show you that he played, and I'm pretty excited. So let's just get right into it. So first game I have to show you. Sorry, the board isn't actually here. Sorry about that. There we go. Let me actually. Sorry, I have to edit this. I didn't actually do this beforehand. I'm very sorry. There we go. Okay. In this game, Garry's playing with the black pieces, so actually I'm going to flip the board so you can see it from his perspective, and his opponent is Sergey Uverov. I hope I got that name right. I don't really know, but I couldn't find a profile picture for him. Anyway, black, here we go. This game was played in 1978 at the, let's see if I can even pronounce that, Sokolsky Memorial. Here we go. D4, knight f6, and we have a King's Indian. D6, this is all mainline theory. We have castles, and now E5, knight to C6, knight back to E7, and I just really like showing games that Garry played, because he was such a like a unique player. I think not just like aggressive, but also just like he knew how to put pressure in the right way. He knew how to like kind of like squeeze you, and it was just so cool to watch him play. And yeah, his games are always something to marvel at and learn from. You can always learn something from his games, I think. Knight to E1. His opponent plays kind of a weird move, but the idea is fairly obvious. He wants to maybe go knight to D3 and then push that pawn. Knight to D7 now, and now we have F5 and knight to F6, so he reroutes the knight, and F4, so he's locking down the center. And if you take a look at the position, I mean, look at White is like, the knight here is like kind of constricted. The black bishop's horrible here. The white bishop is horrible here. I mean, like, look at White's pieces, and then this is only the 12th move, and look at how much space is up for grabs here. I don't know. It's kind of crazy anyway. C5, and he just completely ignores it, lets him take a pawn, and instead he takes here. Now knight F2, knight to G6, A4 now by his opponent. Pretty aggressive move, I think. But he goes rook to F7. And the point of rook to F7 is he just wants to push the pawn, maybe go put the dark square bishop on either H8 or F8 maybe, and rotate the rook, and you know, that's what we see. So we see here, kicks the knight out. Now we have rook to G7, and he hops the knight in there. And I mean, look at White now. He's already being kind of constricted and pushed back. I think this is just crazy. This is like kind of a look at how Garry's mind kind of works. I think this is just one game, but, and also the game isn't over, but yeah, I just think he played in such a unique way. Knight to C4, G4 now, takes, H takes, pawn takes, and now he sacrifices the knight, and he takes here, takes, and now he's down 2 pieces. But I mean, look, he pinned the queen, so he's gonna now white is gonna lose the queen there, and now we have rook to c8, and this game is, I mean, crazy game. Rook to c3, rook to f7, so he's clearly just bringing the rook over. I mean, white is already in a lot of trouble. He already lost the queen. He lost the queen for a rook and 2 knights, but still, I mean, look, white is like on the verge here. I mean, it's not looking pretty. Also, I wonder if this light will help, because it's not very light here. If it doesn't help, then suck it up. I don't care. Rook to g1, rook g7 check. We take the rook, obviously. We go queen to h7. You hit that pawn. Takes. Knight to d2, defending. Here, hitting that pawn. This is, it's not a direct, I don't think it's totally this, but this method of, I mean, also, just pay attention here. White has 2 knights and a rook, and Gary has a queen and a bishop, and still he's doing a lot of damage despite being down, a piece. But still, I mean, a queen can do a heck of a lot of stuff. So you gotta be wary, especially against Gary. So anyway, so we have bishop to d4 check, and you might, bishop to d4 check, and you might notice that, after this, the rook could have just taken the bishop, but clearly white knows that they're in a lot of trouble, so they don't. Instead, go king to h1, and now the bishop drops back, and now knight df3, b5 now, and the queen just reroutes. And I mean, there's really nothing white can do here. There's some meaningless checks, but you take here, you go there, you protect the pawn, take there, and I mean he gets in, and he's doing damage against the rook despite being a 2-on-1 for pieces. He's still doing massive damage, yeah, this game is, this game really shows off his skills, I think, and I'm glad I picked this one. And yeah, white just resigned here, so, because, all you're gonna do, you can't go, of course, you can't go there, because, you can just push. You can give checks, but at some point you're just going to get away, right? And then you can go over there. I can't go there because you just push, and then you'll have to sacrifice the rook. And yeah, it's pretty much over. It is over. So yeah, that was game number 2, and I always, there's always something we can learn here, I think. So in this game, I think the moral of the story of the game is don't play against a guy like Gary and expect an easy fight, because even if he's playing black, he will give you a run for your money. And I mean, he surely did that in this game. I mean, boy, constriction to the max, constricting his opponent and just locking down the movement, the mobility right from the center, right from move number 12. He had the bishops in garbage land, and just flawless here. I mean, just unbelievably played here. But anyway, that was just game number 1, and now I'll share game number 2 with you guys. Okay guys, this is game number 2, played between Gary, now playing with the white pieces, and his opponent is Abram Yakovlevich Roisman. Also, it kind of sounds like Rosman, but it's not. Also, this one is at the same Sokolsky Memorial in 1978. Gary is now playing with white pieces, and this game went relatively fast. It was about 27 moves. And from the beginning, we have e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop b5. This is the Ruy Lopez Spanish opening, been played many hundreds of times, thousands of times probably, maybe even millions of times over the past centuries. Point is, it's a very classical opening. Grandmasters play it all the time. Okay, this is the kind of game when people play this opening, it's gonna be you're gonna be in for the long haul. It's gonna be a long game, right? Well, not all the time, I guess, because this game isn't very long. But the point is, there's a ton of theory for Ruy Lopez. So that's the moral of the story. Knight to d4. This I think is called the. I want to say it's the Blackburn Shilling. Because, hang on, sorry, pause this for a minute, because I think the Blackburn Shilling goes here. No, that's the Italian. Yeah, I think the Italian is, whoops. I think the Italian is, hang on a second, e4, e5, knight f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4, and then you go here, and if they take here, threatening that, you go here, and if they take, you go there, and if they're attacking but you're attacking their rook, so they go there. No, I got it wrong. Oh, no. Yeah, you go there. Yeah, and the only thing is, well, yeah, they can only go here. Yep, and then you go there. And that's the point. So this is the Blackburn Shilling. Very dangerous trap in the Italian. But this is not the Italian. This is the Ruy Lopez. Just wanted to give you a little bit of openings. Also, this will be in a future video titled something like Opening Traps or something for beginners. So stay tuned for that. It'll be a fun one. Bishop to b5 instead. Knight d4. Knight takes. E takes. Now castles. Bishop c5. d3, c6, and we have f4. The computer says this is the bird's opening. Bird's opening is when you start with f4, and this is just garbage. You know what? You don't want to play that. But actually, no. It says the bird's defense, so I got that wrong. Anyway, we are at this position. Knight to f6, e5. Again, this game did not last very long, but again, Gary goes on the attack, sacrifices the bishop. Now we have this here. Yeah. Here. Goes on the attack for sure. I mean, just look at he's using almost every piece. The rook on the he is using every piece. The rook on the f1 square is definitely doing something. Now he's going to bring the other rook. There he goes. Look at him. Taking advantage of the pin, and he sacrifices the bishop, but in exchange he goes here, and now he takes and goes there, and he's just crushing here, and his opponent just resigns. After 27 moves, he resigns. This game did not last long, but I mean, just the sheer dominance that he portrays sometimes is just, I mean, it's really just incredible, honestly. And I can, this is one reason why I think he is still the greatest player ever, in who's ever played. And just, I hope these games show you a little bit of how he played and his unbelievable just gusto when he played, and his, his way of playing, I guess, is just. My camera is a little bit cockeyed there. There we go. Hope that's a little better. But I hope these two games, just two games today, but I hope they provide you with a little bit of context about just how masterfully he played the game, I guess. Just unbelievable. And yeah, didn't want to make the video too long, but hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, make sure to check out the videos coming soon on the channel. Definitely we posting those soon, and you can check out a video here, around here, and you can subscribe over here. And with that being said, yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all later.